Hello there from Thorpe Park. It's the first day of the 2023 season. Looking forward to it?
Always good to be at an island like Nulva.
Certainly is.
Such a great theme park to come to.
What are you looking forward to the most today? Stealth. We are a little bit cautiously optimistic about today because it is very windy here, and when it's windy at Thorpe Park sometimes the coasters are shut. Hopefully that's not the case today. If they are, we are going to persevere with this vlog. We will look at the merch, look at the food, talk about Exodus, all stuff we'll probably do anyway.
Yes.
And we'll just go from there. So, not sure what's going to happen with this weather, but we'll see how the day goes, and time to go and enjoy the island like no other. We're in the park now, and we are heading to Soar the Ride first. Normally we will go to Colossus first, but due to its little retract that it's having, it's not open today. So first stop is going to be Soar, probably my least favourite coaster here. But get it out of the way, have a look at Project Exodus, his construction site from the lift hill, if possible, and go from there. First ride of the season at Thorpe was Soar the Ride. I'll let Mark talk about this one, probably for the best.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I was in the middle, so it wasn't too bad. Front row, got a nice view of the extra side. I think like every time I come, I have to do it to see what the update like, see how it's looking in person. And it's a lot of work that we've done back there, but we'll cover that later. But
yeah,
like on the ride, to be honest with you, I've had worse rides on it, I'll be honest. I didn't think it was too bad.
See, I respected the elder of the group today and let him sit in the middle, which I hadn't. Honestly, it was not for me. I think last week grumbled about the Smiler, but I think compared to Soar, Smiler's got smooth, and I don't think Smiler's very good and smooth either. So I think maybe it's best if I just film the off-ride shots while everyone goes on the Gertz Eurofighters and Infinity coasters. Yeah. In this country anyway, because in Europe they're ace. For some reason, just not here. So no idea why that's the case, but interestingly they've got a new single rider queue for Soar now, which has seen the main queue being rejigged slightly.
I don't know how, I mean, to be fair, it looks as though he's getting on that faster than the normal queue.
I don't know if that'll carry on, but on the basis of what we see today, if you've got fast pass or single rider queue, you're getting on Soar a lot quicker than the main queue, that's for sure. I think we waited half an hour, but we saw a very popular YouTuber in the single rider queue more than once. We've got on it a few times while we were waiting, didn't we? So yeah, on to the next one. Next up is going to be Nemesis Inferno, the best B&M invert in the country. That's the same when Nemesis is open as well, doesn't matter. Nemesis Inferno's a better one, I think.
Yeah, it's always good to get back on the best B&M invert in the country.
Yeah, definitely. It's got about a half an hour queue. Not sure if it's on one train or two train, not a clue to be honest, but I'm going to jump on it now and we'll talk more about it once we've been on. Just taking a ride on Nemesis Inferno, took around 30 minutes, if that, to get on it. Wasn't too bad really, of a wait. What do you think, Mark?
Such a good invert.
Yeah.
Such a good. As soon as you're going down that first drop, you can feel the forces, all bit foot tingly. It's forceful all the way around. Absolutely incredible. Honestly, it is without doubt the best B&M member in the country. It's just getting better and better. The older it gets, the better it gets.
I agree. And I've got a question for you actually. Does it now count as the original Nemesis? Because the other one will have new track. Or am I just being controversial here for the sake of it?
No, it's the original Nemesis. I mean, it's got a good roar to it.
Yeah.
You know?
No sand in the. Well, it might have sand in the supports, but it's got a nice B&M roar.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't think the new Nemesis will have that roar. I don't think.
I don't know. I mean, they might do something with the sound so it appears that it's coming out, but so they can direct it away.
Yeah.
So
to be fair though, there it is, the B&M roar. It'd be like when we watched football during lockdown though, and you had an artificial crowd. It just won't be the same.
No.
I think it's got to have a real roar or no roar. First world problems right here. Something worth mentioning. 2 trains, Nemesis Inferno. Staff were chucking the trains out. Normally, I'll be honest here, normally Inferno is a pain to wait for. It's normally really slow and not the best in terms of dispatch times, but today they are chucking the trains out, so fair play to the staff. And of course Thorpe thinking about guest experience, having it on 2 trains on a quietish day like today. On to Stealth. Stealth in the rain, that's a new experience. A little bit stingy, but it was still very good, and we nearly got a roll back, didn't we?
Nearly. It's great. It was very slow going over that top mark, but honestly, such a good ride, Stealth. The launch is incredible. It really is.
I agree, and you still sticking with best ride in the country?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, it's certainly up there.
It is. It's just phenomenal. I know it's short and that, but honestly, that launch is just the best.
The thing is, with a ride like that, it doesn't need to be overly long. It does exactly what it needs to do. It's fast, it's got air time. It terrifies most people that go on it. It looks impressive. It is such a great coaster, and we are very lucky to have it, especially when you look at things like what's going on with Top Thrill Dragster. Obviously, Kingdom Car is a lot taller than this, but I actually prefer Stealth to Kingdom Car. I find it a lot more enjoyable. And the reason for that is Kingdom Car is just too rattly, too rough. I think we found that in 2019, didn't we? But also, I don't know what you think, Mark, but I actually prefer Stealth to Red Force as well.
I do. The launch, because it just the acceleration from the hydraulic launch is so much better than the gradual LSMs.
Agreed.
It's just a massive punch. It's just brilliant. It's awesome ride.
Totally agree. Well, it's absolutely chucking it down, so I'm going to cut this review short for now and go and find shelter somewhere. Whilst we're sheltering from the rain, a little bit of a look at the merch. So, got some generic Thorpe Park merch, no sort of writing on it, just the logo. It's quite subtle. Same with this hoodie. Now, personally, well, I'll say this first, £45 without a past discount. What I would say is personally I wouldn't buy something like this, but I think if you're a big Thorpe Park fan, you've got the logo, it's subtle, you've got the colours of the park, it's subtle. So I think personally, not for me, but people will buy it. Thorpe Park socks, because you know after a ride on Tidal Wave, you never know when you might need some new socks. Bag as well. This is what it looks like. Some of this, say again, not for me, but generic Thorpe Park merch. We've got new tops. Well, I think they're new. I don't remember seeing them last time anyway. Glasses, not ones you wear on your eyes. Teddy bears for your children. It's not really a kids park Thorpe, so a bit of a surprise to see teddy bears. But then again, you might want to take them home to your family. So if anyone's a fan of the Saw franchise, we've got the Saw bags. Obviously, Saw Ride is here. Little bags, or as my brother calls them, a satchel. I think that's born in the 90s terminology. There you've got, basically, if you've ever watched football, 2 players shake hands, swap pennants. Basically like that. Thorpe Park hoodie, 50 quid. Bit of a crest. Well, to be fair, it symbolises the ride logo, Stealth, Swarm, Colossus, Inferno. Same on that, 25 quid. It's got your pin badges, which I know a lot of people like to collect them. Not for me, that kind of thing. That's a theme so far, this, isn't it? You got the mug again. This is like the high school theme, a bit High School Musical-ish. So, stealth hoodie. No, it's not a hoodie, sorry, just a sweatshirt. Almost in good colours. It's kind of orange-red, isn't it? Just a bit darker, it being true Man United colours, red, white and black. And then Colossus. Something we forgot to point out earlier on when we were at it is that it's Nemesis Inferno's 20th anniversary season here. So obviously opened 2003. Bit of Inferno anniversary merch. That one, 20 quid. And then these are not actually priced. I can't see a price on these, but I'm going to guess that they'll be 45 quid like the rest of the hoodies. The last thing I'm going to mention for now in terms of merchandise is that I actually really like these caps. It's something that I will consider buying at some point. In terms of pricing, again, it's not priced. So, fortunately, oh actually, 16 quid. There's a little sign there. So yeah, there we go. A little bit of a merch store for now. We're on Swarm Island, and it's not doing much swarming at the minute. It's closed, isn't it, due to the inclement weather?
Yeah, it's better. You know what? It's been a good day though. So far, you know, they've kept all the coasts open. You know, obviously we've been on Saw, we've been on Inferno, been on Stealth. You know what? Done a lot so far considering it's not even 12 o'clock yet. So, you know what? If there's a break in it, gives us a chance to have a look around, see what's changed on it, you know, in the merchandise stores, get some food, see what's changed there, and do a review of that while we're waiting for this inclement weather to passport. You know what? Don't mind something. When you come to Thorpe Park, I always seem to have a great day, you know. Yeah, same. I mean, I think this is the first time I've been here while it's raining, probably for about 10 years. I remember coming here in 2012, something like that, with my brother, and the weather was shocking, and it was like everything was shut all day. And it's the only time my brother's ever been here, and every time I say to him, do you want to go to Thorpe? He's like, no, I had a terrible time in 2012, and it's like, come on. Every time since I've been, since then, it's been incredible. So, little update on what me and Mark were saying then. It turns out all the coasters are actually closed at the minute. Stealth is testing with nobody on it. Well, of course, if it's testing, nobody's on it. It's going around empty. Swarm's not going round at all. Nemesis Inferno not going round. Colossus, funnily enough, is not going round. We'll talk about why not later on. And I don't think Walking Dead's open today, is it? Not sure, mate.
No, our unnamed third person who works at the park, can't talk on camera, says it's closed today. So yeah, I will find out about that later on. But yeah, I can't fault Thorpe for this. This kind of thing happens in parks abroad, so it's what it is. We will do something else other than rides whilst we wait for the rides to reopen. Whilst we wait for the rides to reopen, we thought we could talk about what's going to be replacing Darren Brown's Ghost Train, which is the nicely named Ghost Train. I'm looking forward to this, Mark.
I'm genuinely excited to see what they've done to it, see how it's changed. You'd imagine it might be a similar layout that they're going to use, but you know what? If the curse is anything to go by, you know, I'm excited to see what they've done to this, because you know they have a great creative team here. So you know, everything they did like with Black Mirror, things like that, I'm genuinely excited to see what they've done to it.
The thing is, when you think about what they did with Black Mirror, what they do at Fright Nights with things like when they had Creek Massacre and all the other mazes that they've had over the last few years, they really do know what they're doing when it comes to the dark creative stuff. So I'm excited to see what they do. We will of course come back and give it a go once it opens, and yeah, looking forward to it. There's not much more we can say about it at the minute other than watch Thorpe Park social media platforms for more information. But before we do move on, they have got what they're calling the Last Call Cafe and Shop, which is what used to be Darren Brown's exit. It's basically Costa, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you know what? It's needed because the only other place normally to get a hot drink is at Costa, but it's in the dome.
Yes.
So to have something central like this, it's just really good. And the way they themed it in to the area, you know what? Fits in nicely.
Looks good. So sun is shining. Wouldn't say the weather's sweet, but the rides are back open, so we'll go and try and do the Swarm again now. The Swarm's not quite reopened, but it is sunny now and the bad weather's all stopped, so we're just going to wait it out and see when it reopens. There's a few people waiting around near the entrance, so hopefully we'll get on it shortly. Swarm then, we got on it in the end. What did you think?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was quite forceful as well,
It was.
to be honest. And you know what? Honestly, really genuinely enjoyed it. Staff as well, they're fantastic, making sure everyone got on.
Yeah.
And they were efficient with it as well. No slacking.
We were in the air gates waiting to get on, and at one point it was like 2-minute dispatch, and I'm thinking, what are they doing? And I looked down the train and I could see what they were doing. They were getting a guy in that needed help getting in, and they made sure he got on it. And then when I saw that, I was like, are we going to struggle with these seatbelts here, Mark? And then we got straight on, didn't we? No problems. But even if we had a struggle, the staff would have helped us. They were very friendly, very helpful, very polite with people. And you can't complain at that. And like Mark says, forceful ride, enjoyable ride on it. And yeah, on to the next thing. If you watched our recent Alton Towers vlog, you'll have seen me and Mark grumbling about some of the food prices. Of course, Thorpe Park is also a Merlin Entertainment park, so you can expect similar food prices here as you get at Alton Towers. However, the pizza and pasta place is slightly cheaper here, £16.75 rather than the £17 and 5p. So still very expensive. I'm sure you could get value for money if you wanted to eat a lot of pizza, but I can't eat that much pizza in a day. So for me, too much and won't be doing it. But other people may find it good value. Not for me though, not today anyway. Sticking with the subject of food then, we've got the veggie box and the grill. Mark's going to talk to us about those.
Not too familiar with the halloumi fries and wraps, but apparently from all accounts they are very nice. But last year we did eat at the grill. Now it is a proper German sausage, and you don't get your past discount here, but £9 I don't think you really can grumble with it, considering what else is on offer. So if you are getting a quality food when you go there.
Yeah, so I will ask, what is the difference between the grill and the Alton Towers £9.45 hot dogs, or £10.45 was it?
It was like £8, wasn't it, just for a hot dog on its own. Obviously it's the rollover hot dog, so it's not the same quality as what you're getting there for the proper German sausage. And considering it's £9, you are probably playing roughly similar if you went to a German market anyway. So it's not much of a price difference, even though you're captive audience here.
Completely agree. So just for reference, that is the veggie box and the grill. Sticking with the subject of food still, Mark's gonna have a little talk about these prices because they're not so bad, I don't think. No,
well, you're talking like a burger meal for £10.50, or build your own as well, so whatever you want on it. So choice of 3 toppings on there. I don't think that's a bad price when you're getting a meal in it as well, with waffle fries and a drink. It's reasonable. I would imagine you get your past discount as well on it. Not certain of it, to be honest with you, but that's not so bad. And obviously you can build your own hot dog as well on it.
Not bad at all, that really. And behind you, the Cadbury's Chocolate Lodge.
Yeah, another place where you get hot chocolate when it's Friday nights. Warm yourself up with a hot chocolate, ideal, to be honest with you. Especially if it's a proper Cadbury's drink as well. Should be decent quality. Definitely.
And the good thing about this wilderness place is that it is undercover. It is open, so you're open to the elements, but at least it's undercover.
Yeah, so like when it was raining earlier on, you could have nipped in, couldn't you? And
yeah.
Just had a drink and sat undercover for a bit. You know what? More theme parks need that as well.
Yeah, and we're also here. There's KFC, Burger King.
KFC and Burger King, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think overall? Do they need more?
They've got a wide variety. It's just some places are a little expensive, to be honest with you, but like I said, when you come for burgers and things like that, I don't think that's a bad price, to be honest with you.
I agree. So this one is the Wilderness Bar and Kitchen, just to the side of Nemesis Inferno. As the signage says, something epic is on the horizon here at Thorpe Park, and it's not Project Horizon, it's Project Exodus. Mark's just getting some pictures. Jack Silkstone's stomping grounds that.
I expect him to see him over there doing the new video, because he has done some really. The access he's got from Thorpe Park is incredible, and it's been good to see.
I agree. So Exodus, we chatted about it 2 years ago, saying we thought it'd be a hypercoaster. It's a hypercoaster of sorts.
Yeah, we expected it to be a B&M, wasn't expecting a Mack, but you know what, I'm excited for it, genuinely excited for it. The first drop will be epic, especially in that back row on a Mack. It'll be brilliant. I know it's on the short side, but you know what? It'll still attract a massive crowd down here.
That coaster secures the future of Thorpe for a very long time.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Everyone will be piling down here because they'll want to ride the tallest coaster in the UK. And you know what? I think it'll be good. The airtime will be good. The outer banking that it's got, yeah, it's just going to be a good, fun ride. And it's just, I mean, I'll be excited once we start seeing things go vertical on it. That's when the hype will really start to kick in, I think.
Obviously, we know that Mack Rides are building it. Do you think they'll have an Enzo kind of car on the trains?
No, I don't think so.
Do you not think so?
Not to begin with. Maybe later on down the line. But I'd like them to do something similar to what they've got at DC Rivals in Australia, where they've got the backward facing one.
Yeah.
And it's just the backward. Maybe
it's just fixed backwards.
Yeah, it's just fixed backwards. So I think that'll be ace.
Yeah.
They put us an upcharge, but not to begin with, because I think everyone will just want to go straight on, and then they maybe add that backwards later.
Something you said whilst I was behind the camera, that first drop in the back row, that will be mint.
Yeah,
that will be so good. Think of the airtime.
You're just going to get launched out of it. You might as well be put it on the M25, because that's how it'll feel. They're just going to launch you out there.
It's like I said from behind the camera, this new ride, whether you're an enthusiast and like it or not what they're doing, it will secure the future of this park, there's no doubt about it. The impact that the big one had on Blackpool Pleasure Beach, they didn't build a coaster after it for 20 odd years because they didn't really need to. And I'm not saying Thorpe will do that, but it will properly secure the future of this park. But I also think they'll carry on, I think they'll build on it. Yeah. I think they'll go taller, I really do. I think they'll do Exodus and they'll go, oh, we got a taste for this now, and they'll go higher again.
That'd be ace. If you get towards a 300 foot, I don't know what the ceiling is with obviously Heathrow down the way, but can you imagine a 300 foot B&M?
Hyper with a big Orion style first drop.
Yes.
Just hopefully not like the rest of Orion.
No, the thing is though, like, obviously with the B&M, it'll be impacting down the side, but this one, it'll be impacted as soon as you come in. You will see just a big, massive Mack coaster, and they'll be like, yes, that is, you know, when you're looking at it from when you cross over through the dome, all you'll just see is this big, massive coaster. They'll be like, that's where I'm headed.
I can't wait for it. What theme do you want them to go with, or are you just not bothered about that?
I am not bothered about
that.
I
didn't think you would be.
No, I'm genuinely just build it big.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And build it big and they will come.
Exactly. So yeah, we're both very much looking forward to it, and if we do another vlog tomorrow or whenever we're next here, we will talk about it more with the others that are with us as well. But for now, keep an eye on Thorpe socials, Project Exodus. Let's get hyped, it's going to be amazing. Colossus then, Mark, what are you thinking about this retrack?
It's nice that they're looking after it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of them that always gets a queue.
It does.
Always gets a queue. You know, it's always 60 minutes, even on quiet days it's 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's good to see they're looking after it. It does look as though it needs it at this moment in time.
It does, it really does.
But you know what? Do this over a few years like they do with a big one.
Yeah.
I think it'll be running well again.
I do. A lot of people have said on socials, they've been asking Thorpe, are you getting new trains? Thorpe have said there's no plan for it, but there is a plan to do a bit of retracking, like you say, over the next couple of years. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what difference it makes, because on the big one it's made a massive difference.
Has made a massive difference? You know, the trains aren't great, but like the only place that we used to sit on Colossus was at the front because it was unbearable anywhere else, really.
Yeah.
So, you know, that means then you can sit wherever you want in the train and it's quite comfortable and not as bad. Happy days, might not need new trains.
I agree. So it has recently been announced that Tazaka are doing it. Thorpe Park have said as much on their own Facebook group, so I don't think we're being naughty mentioning it. It's great that they're doing it. Looking forward to seeing how it's done, and of course, because I know the people at Tazaka, I'm really pleased for them that they've got such a big project like this, and hope it goes well for them, and I hope that they get more jobs within Merlin. The sun is very bright, that's why we're squinting, so we're going to move. Unfortunately, our water ride correspondent isn't with us today, so we've got Mark instead to talk about the rapids. Looks a bit choppy, doesn't it, behind us?
It does look a bit choppy, to be honest with you. You know, it looks as though they've proper got it going round. It's good to see.
Yeah.
I'll give it a miss on a day like today though.
To be honest, mate, you'd say that in 50-degree heat.
No, I want to refer one. Like, it's good that it's open. It'd be interesting to have a look at it maybe in summer, see what effects have changed in there and things like that. Because it normally tweak it slightly.
I'm just laughing to myself thinking that could be on a desert island and the only way of cooling down would be a water ride and you'd still not go on it.
Yeah, just relying on the sun.
Yeah, be like, nah, too wet for me that on this warm day. I think you've been scarred for life by the rapids. Where was it last year? Six Flags St. Louis.
Yeah, that and the log flume did me for forever, I think.
That was an experience never to happen again, I don't think. So yeah, interesting happenings. If you are interested in that, check out the wrap-up video me and Mike did about that trip, because yeah, it was an experience, let's say.
It was.
If we do a vlog here tomorrow, I will go on the rapids and Mark will film it.
Yeah.
But at the minute, there is a staff member stood outside, so I don't actually think they're open. Come to the end of our day here at Thorpe Park Resort. Mark, what do you think?
Been a good day.
Yes.
Been a good start to the season. Everything's been on max capacity. They've chucked the trains out. You never go away unhappy really, because like it's just a feel good atmosphere always around the park with the music that gets played. It is just a great day, great park to come to.
I'll be honest, when I saw the forecast at the start of the week for today, I thought this vlog would be us looking at all the merch, all the catering, talking about Exodus, and then going home.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything would be open. Thorpe in the old days, 10 years ago, would have had everything shut today all day, and it would have been, oh, it's high winds because of the rain, because of this, because of that. Not today though. Everything has been going as much as possible, and they've done a really good job of looking after today's guest experience for everybody that's come to the park. There will be teething issues for Thorpe Park. Tomorrow's the first main Saturday. There will be downtime, there will be big queues. It happens on opening weekend at Thorpe, but a lot of the staff are here for the first time or for one of the first times for the season for them, so you have to cut them a bit of slack at the start of the season. When we get to Easter time, that's when things really do pick up and they really do get used to what they're doing, so you've got to cut them a bit of slack if you're coming to Thorpe in the early few days of the season. Anything else, any highlights?
Good to get back on the best coaster in the UK,
Stealth, yeah.
It's just been a good day. Really has been a great day.
I don't know if it's because I've got the coat on or if I'm just getting fatter, but something that I do need to mention today is that the seat belts are quite short on the coasters, and even Mark needed a push on some of them. I think he'll be happy to admit.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't the easiest, especially on Stealth. But
yeah,
you know what?
Staff got us on it, didn't they?
Yeah,
that's the main thing. They got us on it. We didn't get a walk of shame on anything. I'm kind of glad Colossus was closed because that would have been a walk of shame.
It would have been.
Probably for all of us, but yeah, good day. We are coming back tomorrow, so if you've watched this vlog and thought, why have you not gone on the flat rides, why have you not gone on the rapids and stuff like that, there's going to be a lot more of us here tomorrow. More of us to talk about the rides, give opinions on the rides that perhaps me and Mark won't always go on. Things like Rush, things like the rapids, so there is going to be a day 2 vlog. We will cover as much as possible. We'll probably go back over some of the coasters again. But yeah, that's all from today. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It massively helps the channel. Please leave us a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. Many thanks for watching. And we'll see you back at Thorpe.